Hey friends, welcome back to She's At It Again. My name is Tanya, and if you've ever wondered, why is there so many different ways to boil an egg? And how do you boil an egg to make it turn out right? If you've ever boiled one and then you open it up and it wasn't cooked yet, you'll want to take note. This is the easiest way I found to do it. I learned this technique years ago, and I've never really done it a different way, so I want to share that with you. Let's go over to the stove, and we're going to cook 4 boiled eggs. It actually does not matter how many you're going to cook. This is the same technique you use whether you're doing 1 or 100 boiled eggs. That's just the easy way to remember it. I'm making 4 because I have a recipe I want to try out that I'm kind of curious about, and that's what we're going to do with those. So 4 eggs in there. Those are pretty fresh eggs, and I'm just going to take, this is just filtered water. I'm going to put it about halfway up my eggs. And the reason I don't cover the eggs is because the explanation for this is that steam is not hotter than boiling water. It just has more energy. Now, whatever that means, I'm going with it, but this is how I've always done it. I'm going to turn my burner up to high, and as soon as it starts boiling, I'm going to put the lid on it. I have a clear glass lid to put on that. This is one of my favorite little saucepans. So this shouldn't take long. We'll put a lid on it in just a second. The tiny bubbles are forming right now, but as soon as it comes to pretty much a rolling boil, we're going to put the lid on it. Once the eggs kind of start dancing around, that's how I judge. If I'm over at the sink and I don't hear the water boiling, I can hear those eggs dancing around in there, and that's how I know to go put the lid on it. Okay, as soon as it starts that, we put the lid on, we turn the burner off. Leave the pan on the burner, but turn the burner off. And we're going to leave that there for at least 10 or 15 minutes. I like to leave it there until the water completely cools off. So I'll come back in about an hour, and these will be ready to peel. So we'll be back. Okay, it's been about an hour that we've had these sitting on the burner, but the burner's been off, of course. And the water is not cool at all, but it's not hot enough where I can't stick my finger in it. So it's pretty warm. We're going to drain the water off these. And they're not cracked. So there's no baking soda, there's no vinegar in the water, there's no anything like that. There's no anything but just clean water. And I'm going to take this egg, kind of roll it back and forth with my hand. Sometimes I like to peel these under running water because it keeps me from digging into the egg part. Plus it helps me rinse the shell off, and I do not want to get a bite of shell. I don't care how tiny it is. That would be something that would make me just push my plate away. I had a few pieces of shell still lingering on it. All right, I'm going to cut this open just so you can get a good look at it and see how done it is inside. And that is perfect. So basically, you turn the water up as high as it'll go. Only fill it about halfway up to the top of the edge of the height of the egg. So just a little bit of water in there. You're going to get most of the energy from the steam, apparently. And then wait until it starts to boil and the eggs start to dance. Turn the burner off, put a lid on it, and just walk away. Sometimes I'll leave it in there all day. Sometimes I'll do this overnight or before I go to bed, and then the next morning, of course, the water's all cooled off. Rinse them off, peel them, do the same thing. Super easy. It's never failed me. They've never undercooked. They've never cracked or done anything crazy. It's just a good way to boil eggs. So if you're a newbie and you're not real sure how to boil an egg and you don't want to call home and ask a parent, That'd be embarrassing. They'd say, what? You don't know how to boil an egg? That's kind of a joke. But it's not really something a lot of people talk about. There's all kinds of techniques out there. This by far is the simplest. This one's never failed me. So just thought I'd give you that helpful hint. Hope this has helped. And of course, no recipe. You don't need a recipe for a boiled egg. But we are going to make something out of this in a future video. So keep an eye out for that. So thanks for joining us. And we look forward to sharing something again with you real soon. And here's our perfect egg. See ya.